Hey, should you buy an old AMG or are they money pits? How much does it cost to own one for 15 years? Keep watching and I'm gonna answer all your questions today. Hello and welcome to Accent on Cars. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about buying and owning an old AMG using my 2007 Mercedes E63 AMG. I'll explain whether these cars are reliable or not, what can and will go bad during your ownership, how much does it cost to fix things, and how much I spent maintaining it over the last 5 years. So I've had this car for the last 5 years and I put about 60,000 miles on it. I bought it in February of 2018 with 46,000 miles on it for $23,000 US, and currently it has just over 100,000 miles on it. I don't want to keep you guys hostage, so let me spill the beans. I've spent $15,000 maintaining and fixing this car over the last 5 years. 15,000. Gosh, I really hope my dad doesn't watch this video or he will think I'm a failure.
My son's a failure!
If that's all you needed to know, you can drop off now. But if you want to learn what that money was spent on and what common failure points are on these cars, then make sure you stay till the end, because we will unpack it all together. We'll go through all the expenses chronologically, and in the end, I'll group them by maintenance and repairs. Let's go through all the expenses now. In February 2018, soon after I bought the car, at about 46,000 miles, I had the brake fluid flush for $148 and the coolant flush done for $150. In June 2018, at about 49,000 miles, shortly after I bought the car, the front left air strut blew up, costing me $460 in parts. I replaced it myself. The right front strut had been replaced just 5,000 miles ago by the previous owner under Mercedes warranty. Ideally, the struts should always be replaced in pairs, so it was the dealership's blunder that they only replaced the right side, and understandably, shortly after I got the car, the left side blew away. Anyway, I replaced the left side and I spent $460 on parts and 2 hours working in the garage. Let's move on. In August 2018, the car had less than 50,000 miles on it. I had to replace the motor and transmission mounts. Common issue on these cars, it's a heavy engine and they go out. $370 bucks just for the parts. May of 2019, 62,000 miles. Engine mounts once again were replaced because the previously installed mounts were not good. I think I got screwed over by the mechanic and it was a bad part. I spent another $120 on parts and $250 in labor costs. Around June 2019, at about 65,000 miles, the crankshaft position sensor went out, costing me $26 for the part and $125 for labor. Total was $151 US. Moving on, August 2019, at about 65,000 miles, the transmission speed sensor inside the conductor plate broke. The conductor plate and the valve body were replaced and the new transmission fluid and filter were installed. The total was $2,350, of which $1,600 were for the parts, $657 were for the labor. By the way, I have a video covering all common Mercedes transmission problems and how to avoid them. The link to them can be found in the description box down below. Make sure you go and check out that video after watching this one. In February of 2020, I replaced head bolts, intake manifold gasket, PCV valve, thermostat, valve cover gaskets, pulleys, and a few other things. I spent about $1,200 in parts and 2 days in my garage. Headbolt was the most advanced DIY I have ever done. I have very detailed DIY video for you guys in the description box down below. If you are into replacing your headbolts, make sure you check out that video. Alright, May 2020, at about 70,000 miles, the dealership replaced the fuel sender and fuel tank free of charge under the extended warranty. If you didn't know, these cars can and may develop gas leaks from the fuel sensor located under the rear seat. Strong fuel fumes in the cabin are the sign of gas leaks. Mercedes had an extended warranty for 15 years, at least for the USA models, so I got mine fixed free of charge by that extended warranty before the warranty expired. New sender unit, new filter, new tank. In June of 2020, at about 70,000 miles, I replaced the serpentine belt preventively. I spent about $80 on the OEM part because I bought it from the dealership. I replaced it myself when doing the head bolts. November 2020, at about 74,000 miles, I had the upper ball joint replaced as they looked tired. They were not completely broken, but they just looked tired and old, so I replaced them. At the same time, I got the car diagnosed for random misfire on cylinder 2. Ball joint replacement and misfire diagnostics cost me $330 combined. The misfire diagnostics, by the way, were very tricky to diagnose and to pinpoint. I have a full video explaining why and what happened. You can find that video in the description down below. I recommend you watch it later as it can save you money and time should you have random misfire issues yourself. I fixed the misfire issue by replacing all the spark plug coils. I spent $200 on the parts and replaced them myself. The oil filler cap on the engine leaked in February of 2021 and cost me $29 to replace. The front fog light cracked in March of 2021. I spent $68 and less than 1 hour to replace. Very easy DIY. Link to that DIY video can be found in the description box down below. In November of 2021, at about 81,000 miles, I had the rear brake pads and rotors replaced. At the same time, another brake fluid flush was performed. $385 in total for labor and $370 for parts and supplies. I did the front brake pads and rotors myself. I spent $770 on original 2-piece Brembo front rotors and pads, OEM pads. In January 2022, at about 82,000 miles, the engine developed an oil leak from the oil cooler line. It's a common issue as the rubber O-ring inside the hose dries over time and causes leaks. Part and labor were $365, $20 for the part, $345 for the labor. I probably could have done it myself, but I just took it to someone else to do it. In June of 2023, at about 88,000 miles, I replaced the lower control arm and tie rod ends. $380 in parts and about 4 or 5 hours in my garage. August 2023, at 94,000 miles, I had the brake fluid flush performed once again for $150. Alright, I think we should also factor in oil changes every 3,000 miles at about $90 each per oil and filter. I do oil changes myself, so I've done about 20 oil changes over the years, costing me about $2,000. I spent about $200,000 on a set of winter and all-season Michelin tires. I've done 4 or 5 alignment, so let's add another $600 for alignment cost over 5 years. We should probably add another $2,000 for miscellaneous maintenance items such as spark plugs, filters, injectors, oil catch can, etc. The previous owner had followed all the recommended Mercedes services like service A, service B, etc. and all was done at Mercedes-Benz dealership. They had oil changes every 3,000 miles, transmission service at 40,000 miles. The car came with a long list of maintenance history. A few failures they had and replaced under the manufacturer warranty were pneumatic valve, secondary air injection at 1,000 miles. That's strange. The car only had 1,000 miles. CD changer was replaced at 10,000 miles. Very uncommon. I don't know what happened to the CD changer. Power steering pump fails sometimes. Was replaced by the previous owner under the warranty at 41,000 miles. So now let's come back to our original question, right? Is it reliable or is it money pit? Should you buy one or should you not buy one? Sure, $4,000 in repairs and $11,000 in maintenance sounds like a lot. But considering that this money was spent over 5 years and 60,000 miles, I think it's not bad at all. Keep in mind, you don't have to spend $11,000 on wear and tear items or maintenance. I just have an OCD. That's the case, and I want my car to be perfect. You don't have to be that crazy. You don't have to replace the control arms or bushings as soon as the mechanics tells you that they look a little tired. If I lose my slip over it, I want this car to be perfect. So that's the money I spent. But that's for the actual failures over 60,000 miles, which means that's only 7 cents, less than 7 cents per mile. In my mind, that's great. Even if we divide the total money spent, 15,000 on repairs and maintenance, by 60,000 miles, that's still like 25 cents per mile. I think that's not bad. Now, should you buy one? I think that depends on your age and on your income. If you are someone between 25 and 45 years old and you make decent money and you want a comfortable, luxurious performance car, then absolutely in my mind you should buy this car. Say you are a younger person or whatever, or you don't want to, you make money but you don't want to be spending a lot of money paying someone else to do the repairs. Assuming you can turn the wrench yourself, you should still go ahead and buy it. I would say parts are reasonably priced, they're not expensive. And there are tons of DIY videos, resources online. So many things are easy to do yourself. Like, look at me. I had never done DIYs before. And then thanks to all the YouTube resources and forums, I was able to replace the headbolts myself. So if you want a mere transportation, a luxurious transportation event, you should be looking at less performance oriented Mercedes models or even like Lexus and stuff. But if you want performance, if you want to own one of the most legendary engines ever made, high revving, naturally aspirated, arguably the best AMG engine, the best sounding engine for sure, then I would say yes. I just explained all the common things that can and will likely break on these cars. So the decision is yours. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Please like and share the video so that you get to see more of my videos and others can see and benefit from this video. I'll see you in the future episodes. Stay healthy.